much for joining me for Barter Black Today and Black History podcast. Again, we are doing this all February where we are spotlighting Black-owned businesses that I feel like you need to know this month. Today, I am here with Saidah Murphy, founder and CEO of Creatress Company, and the founder and host of Creatress Summit, where she works as a content creator and business operations coach. Thank you so much for joining me, Saidah. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Good, good. So first, I want you to tell us more about content creation. What services do you offer in the realm of your business?
Good question. Because I do a lot. I do a lot. But so little backstory. I studied marketing in college in my undergrad. And that was right in the in-between before social media really started popping off for businesses. It was still kind of like this friends and family type thing, but then businesses really started to get that social media buzz. So that's how I kind of moved into what I do now. And as content evolved, as the platforms got videos and all these things that you can do, lives and all this other stuff, I was like, I really want to lean in and really kind of help other people kind of understand the nuances. I know tech can sometimes be scary, sometimes, especially if you're not super tech savvy. It can be a little daunting to create, especially for entrepreneurs who are fresh to the game. It can be like, oh, I have to do a live, I have to do this, I have to do a podcast, I have to do all these things. And for me, I enjoy it and I love it. So I'm like, I want other people who have to create for their businesses to feel that. So what I do is teach how you can create content, how you can do it in a simple way, because every piece of content creation method is not your ministry. I don't do everything. I love video. I love podcasting. I can write, but me sitting down to do a blog is that's just not my ministry. So just figuring out ways that you can create in the way that you love and then also use that in other methods. That's what I teach. Also, I have background in business operations. That's what my master's is in. So with my business, along with teaching marketing strategies, content creation strategies, I also help teach business operations strategies as well, because once you have your business and you're putting it out there and you say, hey, buy here, click here, you have to put those strategies together to handle the intake of clients that are coming in, or to send those emails and everything like that. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So that's kind of what the Creatress was birthed through.
I'm gonna tell you, like, this podcast is a stretch for me. I'm like, sis, just get out there. And I know how it feels. And a lot of people talk about going live. That stresses me out too. It's like, do I have enough to talk about? Is it too long? Is it too short? Like, what do I talk about? Do I give them everything? Like, it's a lot. It's like, I just want to run my business. I don't want to do all the other things that go along with it that I just don't like. So what are some simple tips that you can give someone who's struggling creating their own content?
Yeah. So, and this is really actually like a perfect question, because I just did a training on email marketing with my community. And a lot of folks are like, well, I don't like writing emails. Like, it just seems daunting. Like, I have to put the period here and be all professional and everything. And so whenever I'm like coaching or working with a client, I always ask, like, well, what's your favorite way to create? Do you love writing captions? Do you love talking to your video? Do you love like talk to text? What is your favorite way to do that? What is the way that's seamless for you? Like, if you have to do this for hours and hours and hours, what's that way that's easy for you to do? And a lot of people are like, oh, I love writing social media captions, because social media, you kind of feel freer. You can talk you can use your emojis, and you can do all of that with emails too. But I'm like, okay, so write your social media captions and then copy and paste your captions. That's your email right there. There you go. It's just finding that way that you love to create and then transforming it into other forms. If you love to do video, talk for hours and hours on the video, transcribe that video, that's captions, that's emails, that's all the other things that you need to put out. It's all the same information. All you have to do maybe is edit a couple of things. but the big work is done. You don't have to stress yourself out and sit at a computer like, oh, I can't write. I don't know how to do this. You do. You're doing it.
Right.
Just different medium.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it. Like, no lie, I did good for January because I created all my social media posts in December, which was absolutely amazing. I felt I don't know, I felt like I accomplished something, but it still was a lie. It still took a lot of time from me from doing other things. So what would you tell someone, what's the process like of what's the benefits of hiring someone like you in our business?
Well, it's twofold because again, everything is not going to be your ministry.
Right.
Like, if you are a hairstylist or an accountant and everything, being creative and doing marketing and putting stuff on social media 3-4 times a day, that just might not be your ministry, and that's okay. We all have different levels of expertise, and we all have things that we love to do. I honestly love social media. Like, people will talk about me all the time, like, you always scrolling and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not just mindlessly scrolling. I'm learning, I'm working, like, I'm active, like, I'm in it because I love it. And you should find those people who love what they do. I'm getting ready to hire accountants and tax professionals because they love that stuff.
Right.
We don't math. Like, we don't do the things. So find the people, and this is for any industry. This is for marketing. This is for accounting. This is for anything. Find those people who love what they do because they're going to give the same amount of love and care to your business that you do. But it'll take the stress off of your plate because you know, you get to focus on the things that you really are an expert in, the things that you really love to do.
Yeah.
Using that, and you won't have to stress about, oh, did I post on social today? Did I go live? Did I do this? You got somebody thinking for you to do all those things.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that you said was when you're scrolling, you're actually scrolling for a reason. And I feel like a lot of people scroll to see who can they sell something to. It's like scroll to learn something about the people that you're following or that are following you, because you never know who can help you, because you don't even know who's on your friends list or timeline or anything like that.
Exactly.
So I love that. So let's talk about your business operations coaching.
Yeah.
How do you help businesses in that?
So as much as I love marketing and content creation and being creative, I'm also a big systems geek. Like, I love systems. It's the Virgo in me. I love step 1, step 2, step 3. And I like to have things set up where it's like, set it and forget it. And a lot of times those email marketing systems, those customer retention systems and all like funnels and automations, like this needs to connect to this and everything. It's daunting.
It's a lot.
I get overwhelmed sometimes when I have to build funnels and everything. I love it, but I'm like, okay, this is a lot of work. So I help show like, hey, if you want to take a client from step 1 to step 2, you kind of have to have these things in place in order to, one, take yourself out of the process. I have a client who we're shifting her intake process to an automated process, so she doesn't have to send out, here's your booking email, here's your confirmation email, here's the email that you can do to do this, because that takes time from her doing the things that she needs to do, working with clients and everything like that. So kind of setting up those systems to make your business run for you instead of you running your business. Is what I love to teach on, because it helps grow and scale. Doing stuff one-on-one and having to send every single email, every single text, it's not sustainable. And we want big businesses, so we have to be able to put those systems in place to be sustainable. Right.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, what I was going to say is, when you said you want to be, you want to automate those processes, because basically you're still the employee in your business. And that's one thing that, I'm trying to do with Barter Black, is to help people transition from that employee to being that CEO that we say we all are, but we're steady acting like an employee, including me. I'm not going to.
I'm still there.
I'm still there too. So it's like, it's no different. We're all doing it. The struggle is real, but it takes time to get the information and implement the information. Because a lot of us have the information. It's not fast enough. Like, we're not implementing, and it takes time to implement things. Oh my gosh.
And that's why I kind of want to teach people ahead of time too. So it's like a lot of people, like myself, I'm like, okay, I start the business and you get into the flow of things, but then you're like, oh, now I need this system. Now I need to go back and do this. Instead of like, let's do it at the beginning so we don't have to do this. We just tweak it for whatever we need to do.
Exactly. So what stage would you say a CEO or business should hire a business operations coach?
That's a tricky question because entrepreneurship is hard unless you have a huge like investment or lump sum. Like usually 9 times out of 10, especially for Black businesses, we're coming out of pocket. We're taking bits and pieces from our check from our 9 to 5.
Right.
We're putting the things together. So if you can hire someone ahead of time, but there's also a lot of free information out there.
Right.
There's a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants, myself included, who are willing to help for free, who are willing to give information for free. Because I've been in entrepreneurship for 8+ years. I've been in this business for almost 5 years now.
Okay.
I know the struggle. Like Creatress is just now starting to see profit. Like I know the struggle is real. So I don't want other people to have to go through that. Like my ministry is not to be like, give me all your coins. And it's not about that. It's about spreading the knowledge because we can't do this alone. Especially as Black business owners, we have to support each other. So find those communities that can teach you the things and that can help you grow along. And then when you're ready, hire a coach. If that's possible. If it's possible to do it when you first get started, it's amazing. But I know like that's not financially possible for everybody. So just find those communities, those mentors, those accountability partners who have the knowledge, who can help you, who are willing to share, because it's all about community at the end of the day.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Community and building those relationships. That's how you grow a business. By having those people on your side who support you, who affirm you, who are just there. And that's why I created Barter Black too, because it gives you that opportunity to build relationships with people. It gives you that opportunity to get things in your business that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get, because we all know, like, it's real. The struggle is real, and don't let our social media posts fool you.
No, it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
It's hard for everyone. So with your services, with content creation, as the business operation coach, do you offer done for you services? How does that work?
I do. So I just shifted into the agencies part. So I'm still coaching. I still have a membership community where I'm helping entrepreneurs, but I also have a marketing agency where I do full-fledged marketing, and not just social media marketing, but full-fledged marketing for businesses. So if you're at the position where you're like, I need a team, but you don't necessarily want to have to deal with like employment taxes and all of that stuff, you want to hire a contractor versus the employer, and that can be a whole different conversation because there are specific things that go with that. That's not my ministry, so I won't get all of it.
Got people for that.
That's what we're here for. You can outsource your entire marketing operations, your email marketing, your social media marketing, designing marketing assets, so that you have like letterheads and all that type of stuff for your business to Creatress Co, because we're here. We love to do it. So we're here for you.
Right. The key is to find people who love to do it, because it's easy for them. It's hard for us trying to figure it out.
Right.
And to get creative, and is this gonna pop when I post it on social media? it might hit different.
It might hit a little different.
So give us your favorite productivity hack.
So I'm a little scatterbrained, so I try a lot of different things because it depends on the mood. Like it depends on what season I'm in, what time of the month it is. Like it depends on all of those things. But I have recently started using like a timer. Like I found an app on my computer that's called Flow. And it like puts my work blocks in like 90-minute blocks. So I put it on and it's like right up in my little dashboard, and it's counting down the 90-minute blocks. And it's just like a sense of accountability. It's like, all right, how much can we get done like for this client or for this project in 90 minutes? You got 90 minutes. lock in, put your do not disturb on, turn your music on, and just work. And then it'll ring like, oh, your 90 minutes is up, take a 5-minute break, take a 10-minute break. So I found that was helpful for me because it's really like, it's kind of like the timer is watching you. And that's kind of like what I need. Like, look, you got 15 minutes to finish this. Like, let's do this.
Right.
That has really helped me like really focus in and get some stuff done.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I did something like that this morning, which was so funny because I was like, okay, I have an hour before this interview. Yeah. Let me see how much I can get done. So I'm gonna have to, and I got a lot done, which was absolutely amazing.
It works.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look that up for sure because I definitely want that hack. So the Creatress Summit. Tell us about that. Where is it and how people can get involved?
For sure. So the Creatress Summit is a transformational healing business conference experience for Black women in business. I know that's a mouthful, but it's all of the things. So I started the summit. The summit is 5 years. This is going to be our 5th year in 2023. So I started the summit as an anniversary kind of like free event, like let's celebrate the business turning 1 year old. This is a free event. I've always been about giving voices to other Black women in business, other entrepreneurs, other creatives. So it kind of started off as a virtual summit, and it kind of grew into a whole conference because because I wanted to give space for other Black women creatives to have a space on the stage, but then also there wasn't a lot of spaces and conferences. Like, I'm a conference junkie. I love going to conferences, but every time I went to a conference that was in marketing, that was in business, that was in all these things, I never saw people who look like me.
Right.
And know that there are experts who look like me because I'm talking with them, I'm networking with them, I'm collaborating with them every single day. So I wanted to create a space that gave us that seat at the table because we have a lot to share. We have a lot of expertise. 9 times out of 10 we can run circles around a whole bunch of these folks out here.
For sure.
They're not inviting us to the table, so sometimes you have to build your own. So within being a business conference and all these Black women coming together to share their expertise, is also a healing space because Black women, we different. We need a little bit different. We don't just need corporate. We don't just need here, this is step 1, 2, and 3 for your business.
Right.
We also need a space for us to just be us.
Right.
And be in a space with other women who understand us, because the Black woman is only going to understand a Black woman like that's a special relationship.
Right.
So the conference is there for your business, but it's also there for you. It's there. It's a healing space. It's a safe space. It's a space where we can talk about the struggles of businesses, but also talk about the struggles of life. Like, to be a Black woman, it's hard out there. Sometimes you just need to like be vulnerable in that space and heal. Because if we're not healing properly, we can't fully operate in our businesses. Like, they go hand in hand. We can't separate the two. So the whole experience in itself is a business conference experience, but it also is grounded in transformation and healing. This year is in June. Check back for the dates, but it's in June. It's in Detroit, Michigan, my hometown. So to be in Detroit in June, amazing time. Last year was our first in-person conference. We've done it virtually the past 3 years before that, but last year was our first in-person conference, and it was amazing. Like, I'm still on the high from being in the space with those women. So this year we're just going for bigger and better, and I'm super excited.
I love it. So give us your website so people can check on the official dates so they can,
For sure. So you can find me at creatressco.com. That's creatressco.com. And the Creatress Summit site is creatresssummit.com. But if you go to Creatress, so you'll find Creatress Summit. Everything is linked together. So check back. We'll make sure you get information on the launch party. We're gonna have a good time. And I'm excited.
So not one last question, but one last question about the summit. Are you looking for sponsors for the event? Are there any particular sponsor businesses that you would be interested in sponsoring the event? Let us know that too.
Absolutely. So I definitely am looking for sponsors and vendors. So if you product-based business that you want to vend. We had amazing vendors at this past event. So if you are, I give priority to Black women-owned businesses. We support all Black businesses around these parts. So, but if you want to sponsor or vend, definitely reach out. Sponsors, I'm looking for businesses who offer business services, who can connect with the entrepreneurs who come to the conference, or businesses who are community-based businesses and want to support the mission of the summit. The summit is about supporting and uplifting Black women in business. So if that's your jam, then we would love to have you on board. And then vendors, like anybody can vend. If you're service-based, if you're product-based, you can have vending space at the conference as well.
Okay. I mean, y'all heard it. Everything she said will also be in the show notes below. So definitely reach out to her. This is going to be an amazing event. I heard about it last year. It's so crazy saying last year because
I know.
That's how it is in the first quarter. It's like, okay, last year was just right there. It was just right there. But before we go, we want to give people an opportunity to shoot their shot at you. What service, and we know business owners always need something. So what goods or services you may need in your business right now that you wouldn't mind bartering for?
I am looking for accounting services. The business is scaling, praise the Lord. But me and the math don't math. And I know that there's a lot of other things that need to be checked and tracked and all of these things. Like I got my handy dandy spreadsheet and I know that that's not enough. So if you're an accountant or a tax professional who can get the coins right, because I want to make sure that everything is in order, then I would love to chat with you about bartering for sure.
Awesome. So you heard that, and I mean, your services are greatly needed. Like everyone is looking for someone to take it over and just go with it. So if you are an accountant, a tax professional, definitely comment below so Saidah can reach out to you, shoot your shot at her. Thank you again for watching and listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Saidah, for joining me today. Again, we will see you all month for our Today in Black History podcast, where we are featuring Black-owned businesses that you need to know. So make sure that you join us tomorrow. Have a good one.
Thank you.